Children, today we will see chapter 6, that is Joint Stock Company. In this chapter, first we will see the meaning of a company. A joint stock company is a distinct type of business organization evolved to overcome the limitations of sole trader and partnership concerns. The advancement in science and technology and the impact of industrial revolution have all necessitated a large amount of capital investment and highly sophisticated managerial skill for running a large scale industry. Partnership with limitations of its capital and managerial ability and with the added risk of unlimited liability has been found unsuitable for running a large scale industry in modern times. The joint stock company in India are governed by the Companies Act 2013. Earlier one was the Companies Act 1956. The new act has been divided into 29 chapters with 470 sections. The act came into force on 12th September 2013 with a few changes like earlier private companies. Maximum number of members was 50 and now it will be 200. A new class of company is of one-person company is included in this act, that will be a private limited company. Now we will see the definitions of a company. First definition is, according to Lord Lindley, a company is an association of many persons who contribute money or money's worth to a common stock and employ it in some trade or business and who share the profit and loss, as the case may be, arising therefrom. This is the definition given by Lord Lindley. Next one is, according to Section 2 of Companies Act 2013, a company is an artificial person created by law having a separate entity with a perpetual succession and a common seal. Now we will see the characteristics of a company. A company is an entity has many distinct features which together make it a unique organization. The essential characteristics of a company are as follows. First one is separate legal entity. Under incorporation, a company becomes a separate legal entity as compared to its members. The company is distinct and different from its members. It has its own seal and its own name. Its assets and liabilities are separate and distinct from those of its members. It is capable of owning property, incurring debt and borrowing money, employing people, having a bank account, entering into contracts, and suing and being sued separately. In short, it is considered as an artificial person created by law. Next one is limited liability. The liability of the members of the company is limited to contribution to the assets of the company up to the face value of shares held by him. A member is liable to pay only the uncalled money due on shares held by him. If the assets of the company are not sufficient to pay liabilities, the personal properties of the shareholders are not held responsible. The third one is perpetual succession. A company does not cease to exist unless it is specifically wound up or the task for which it was formed has been completed. Membership of a company may keep on changing from time to time, but that does not affect life of the company. A company is created by law and it can be wind up only through legal process. Next characteristic feature is separate property. A company is a distinct legal entity. A member cannot claim to be owner of the company's property during the existence of the company. Next one is transferability of shares. Shares in a company are freely transferable. When a member transfers his share to another person, the transferee steps into the shoes of the transferor and acquires all the rights of the transferor in respect of those shares. There are restrictions in the transferability of shares in case of private companies. Next one is common seal. A company is an artificial person and does not have a physical presence. Thus, it acts through its board of directors for carrying out its activities and entering into various agreements. Such contracts must be under the seal of the company. The common seal is the official signature of the company. The name of the company must be engraved on the common seal. Any document not bearing the seal of the company may not be accepted as authentic and may not have any legal force. Next one is capacity to sue and being sued. A company can sue for be sued in its own name as distinct from its members. Next characteristic is separate management. A company is administered and managed by its managerial personnel, that is, the board of directors. The shareholders are simply the holders of the shares in the company and not necessarily the managers of the company. The last characteristic feature is one share, one vote. The principle of voting in a company is one share, one vote. That is, if a person has 10 shares, he has 10 votes in the company. This is in direct distinction to the voting principle of a cooperative society where the one member, one vote principle applies. That is, irrespective of the number of shares held, one member has only one vote. These are all the characteristics features of joint stock company.